My role with Dogs with Wings is volunteer coordinator. I coordinate and manage over 200 volunteers in Edmonton, Calgary, Red Deer, and Grand Prairie. Now, for people who don't know what Dogs with Wings is, we train assistance dogs for people with disabilities. So your typical guide dogs for the blind, service dogs for people with mobility issues like people in wheelchairs, autism dogs for children with autism, facility dogs, companion dogs, victim services dogs. I followed my interests. I just got involved in things that I love purely because I love them. I started off, I've always wanted to help people. I've always wanted to, be in there where everybody else is and do something worthwhile. I didn't know what that was when I first started. My two loves were people and animals. The vet thing, not for me, but people were, which is what got me into my sociology degree. I actually specialized in criminology because I had a passion and an interest for it and I couldn't get enough of it. And I followed that through all the way to my 4th year and took as many crim classes as I could. And then I realized that I didn't want the typical criminology job. I had other interests and I got really confused. It was 2nd semester of 4th year and I got scared. But that didn't matter because I was still doing things that I loved. I actively volunteer for a dog rescue. That's something I'll always do, and they didn't seem connected to me. I didn't think I could do both. I didn't think I could incorporate my love of animals, my love of people, my love of helping into one thing. How I found my job was on Facebook. I volunteer for a group. We have a group Facebook page. A friend of a friend posted this job position for a volunteer coordinator for Dogs with Wings. And I was like, what's that? And I started looking and I was like, oh my God, this is a job. This is a job that I can do. I wasn't looking for this job. I didn't think this job existed. But I did what I loved. I got my job because I volunteered for a dog rescue. I have dog experience. I also have experience with people because I would recruit volunteers, interview them, spend time with them, and then introduce them to the organization, which is essentially what I do now. It blows me away every day that I kind of get to have a piece of everything. Dogs with Wings actually placed the first victim services dog in Canada, and we've currently just placed our 2nd. So they're Bonnyville and through Camrose, and it's just incredible. So these are dogs that go into courtrooms with people who have to make testimonies, who have to give confessions, who specifically for children who have been sexually assaulted. Imagine a child that has been through that and they have to give a statement to a police officer. This is where the dogs come in and they will sit with them and they'll go on the stand with them and they'll provide a degree of support that people aren't allowed to do in that circumstance. As well, I pulled up to work and I realized we're right across from the Edmonton Institute for Women. And I'm very excited to say that we actually started a connection that I really wanted to start. And it begins next week. We are now in a relationship to be a part of a work release program for the Edmonton Institute for Women. You have to look in unexpected places, and people tell you that too. They're like, don't be so narrow, don't box yourself in, and I mean it, like don't. If you get stuck, try searching something random, something you're curious in, even something you'd like to find out more about, because you never know what you'll find. I'm in the nonprofit sector, and I don't know if any of your teachers have told you about that, but when they said it's different, it is. And I didn't really understand that until I got working in it. You wear many hats. My role is volunteer coordinator, but other than, I recruit people, so I do marketing and advertising, I interview these people, I support these people throughout their volunteer careers with Dogs with Wings, which is, yeah, it's paperwork and yeah, it's touching in. It's also, because of the nature of the job, it's extremely emotional. People get into it because there's passion and there's love, and that's why they stay in it. My advice to you in your degree is, I know everybody said this won't apply to me later on. I won't pay attention because I won't need it. Absorb everything because you don't know what you're gonna need until you're there. And I use everything that I learned in my degree, what I learned from friends who are in other degrees, use everything you have and follow what you love and see where it takes you. As long as you work hard, it'll go well. Don't box yourself in.